All praise to the Most High, Most High. Let's see. Unmute yourself. I'm unmuted. All praise to the Most High. So this is the second video. We're gonna go on into the PowerPoint, but and so we're gonna go on into the PowerPoint and just further explain why we need to rehab people who are in sin. They need rehab. That's what the camps are doing. They are rehabbing their people, teaching them the law, being being a support to the people who are babies coming in to this truth for the first time, and they don't understand how to keep the law. You know, they don't really understand how to do it. They just know the church told them you might as well give up. You're never going to be able to do it. And we know that's a lie. And we know that the churches are being judged and going to get the pastors that are teaching this are going to get destroyed. On the earth, they're going to get destroyed so the people can break free. And we see why. Because the condition that the people are in that are not keeping the law and that are teaching people not to keep the law, they are in an addictive frame of mind. You just look at them. They act like crackheads and dope fiends and murderers and all kind of everything that Romans and 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, describe the church people totally, and say, well, no, that's describing the wicked. That's what he's talking about. That book Paul wasn't writing to Timothy to tell him that how the wicked is going to be. The wicked's always been like that. He's describing the condition and the hearts and the mind of the church today. Okay? That's who he's describing. The Israelites. Not the church, but the Israelites. The condition of the Israelites. The church is in the same condition, but only 1/3 is going to get delivered out of it. You can get mad, but I'm reaching out to people who don't have an Israelite camp to go to. This is an online camp. We're going to support each other. We're going to say things that's going to help you. And hopefully we'll have more participation. It's going to help you maybe to get together and come out of them churches. Because God's going to scatter you in a minute. When he strike your wicked ass pastor down, the Bible said he's going to do it. And why do you think he's outside your church knocking on the door telling your pastor to come out and explain himself? Because he ain't in the church if he's outside with the Israelites. I know you want to make it look like the Israelites don't have God. But at this point, he's using them to bring you down. He's using us, the Israelites, to bring you down. I'm not out there in the camps and with the camps. I'm older, and I don't know where I fit in yet, but I know I'm doing what I can do right now. I'm doing what I can do right now. I'm disabled veteran. I don't work. But this is my profession right here. This is what I did. I understand rehab. I understand it. I understand it from a biblical point of view. You see what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I went to school and got trained. I did work. Like I said, probably hundreds, almost thousands of hours, almost into the thousand of rehabilitation counseling. Okay, so I know this works. It works for any addiction, and we're going to talk about it. But you have to unite with people that are trying to live above sin. You just can't do it. You just can't say, okay, I'm going to be an Israelite. I'm just going to go out here and God know my heart. And, I'm not gonna really keep the laws or get into it. But as long as I know who I am, he'll forgive me when. No, he gonna take you like a thief at night. Matthew 7 and 20 and 21. What did it say? 20, 21 and 22. So many in the last day, many shall come to him, saying, Lord, Lord. They trying to get in. Who else? A heathen ain't going trying to get in heaven. They ain't even trying to go to heaven. Y'all trying to sneak them, y'all sons and daughters in the back door of heaven. You know, talking about y'all gonna pray for them and get them in and crying for them after God destroy them. You didn't teach them this law. That's why they're getting destroyed. I didn't teach my kids the law. I've got kids that's been destroyed. I didn't teach them the law. I know how you feel. I feel the same way. I didn't know. We didn't know. We got relatives. We getting ready to get destroyed. The law gonna stand. So yeah, we're out here now, and what I want to do is go over a couple of things here. Is that the recorder? Okay, so I'm gonna stick that little video out here, and I'm gonna do another one. So I'm gonna do this video here too. So what we're gonna do is share the screen. You're gonna see all of this. Let's go here first and just kind of look at the condition of the people. One of our teachers did this to us one time. Let me see. Now this ain't really what I want. This ain't what I want. Okay, this ain't what I want. Not this. Okay, what I want. Let me see. Still got the recording? No, it's not paused. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again. But let's see. Let me go down here and jump in here. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we can look. I'm trying to pull up some of these videos. I'm not trying to steal anybody's material. This is IUIC that's doing this Crusaders work. I got this news thing here. Okay, it is the news. Okay, great. It's the news. It's not their video. I'm using this news thing here. Okay. 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 I just want to see if show you the condition of the people.
Continue its demonstrations outside of metro churches.
They look like drug addicts. They look addicted.
This week,
they addicted to this sin. They fighting for it.
Church after Sunday's.
Listen, they fighting. They ready to fight these people so they can keep sinning. You gonna tell me that ain't an addict? You gonna tell me that's not an addict?
Service, prompting the pastor to seek a restraining order, claiming demonstrators harassed worshipers. News Force Caitlin Ogle was in the courtroom today for those hearings, and Caitlin, the judge says the group isn't doing anything wrong. Exactly. The judge says she didn't see any evidence of harassment. The group, Israel United in Christ, says it's...
This is for fair use, educational purpose. I'm not monetizing this. I'm just trying to help my people.
Curated by the ruling. But the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church and its members tell me this isn't over.
So God got the victory today, so we're ecstatic.
I'm disappointed in the ruling.
An Oklahoma County judge...
Did you see that? I'm disappointed in the ruling. You disappointed that the judge won't let you prosecute your brothers and sisters and falsely accuse them and beat them up and torture them with the police? With Esau, you using Esau. See, we're going to get into why this too. Because these churches really are letting you know who they are. They are part of this wicked system. I want you to see
down
this.
A temporary restraining order against the Israel United...
A temporary restraining order? You going to tell God not to come and stand in front of your door and talk to you?
Christ religious group after they demonstrated on the sidewalk outside of Ebenezer Baptist Church and several.
They don't want to be exposed. This is the devil's working these false temples here. This is the devil's working. I'm talking about the real devil on earth walking around in men's bodies. Look up the Clearfield document, and if you understand, we're going to go over it one day, real soon, that these people in these churches have a 501c3, and they have joined in with the Pope, the Catholic Church, and white supremacy to lead these people and those people inside those churches away from God and to the Pope and to the system and to white supremacy, to be citizens, to be grind up in the meat grinder. All Moors know that. A lot of the Israelites know it now. Let's go.
Other Metro Black churches following Sunday services.
So stop this foolishness.
The IUIC says it's carrying out a Blitz the Christian Church movement.
The commandments of God are not being taught in the churches.
However, Ebenezer Baptist Church calling.
Now, do you hear the way this news lady's talking? She's not talking with disgust about the Israelites. She's soft, calm voice. It's almost like they're promoting, get them and leave us alone. But we gotta go where God tells us to go. But the world will rejoice when God come back and when God set things back in order. He's already in power. He's doing it all. It's God doing this. It's God knocking on these doors and got to using these people's voice to break down that damn steeple right there. The Tower of Babel. Every one of them churches, you might well say they the Tower of Babel. The spiritual Tower of Babel.
Harassment.
Why do y'all worship on Sunday? Where in the Bible can we read that?
We don't need you to tell us how to live our lives.
Listen, don't he sound like a crackhead or something? The man is almost crying because they trying to tell him to stop sinning. Stop leading these people off astray. Stop scattering the flock. What you think you doing when you don't give them their nationality back? Look at it. Look at where he got his beard trimmed up. He don't understand. He read the Bible, but he don't know. He done made him a goatee, man. What in the hell?
How to live our lives.
We don't need nobody to tell us how to live our lives. That's the thing right there. We don't need nobody.
We need you to tell us how to live our lives.
The church also claiming.
Where in the Bible can we read that?
We don't need you to tell us how to live.
Did you hear that? We don't need you. He is upset. He's heartbroken that God will let these men come. Look at his mouth, man. His mouth's trembling. Let these men come and insult him like that. Because he really think he's been working for God and been a good man for God. And you're going to let these devils, these nobodies, they don't even have a building like this. Why did you give me all of this so you can get broke down in your pride? When you was building all that tall church and lying to the people, he let you go. Because for this moment right here to break you down. So we don't want to get broke down like that. We want to be a part of the 1/3. We don't want to get caught like a thief at night, man. This dude, you gonna tell me that's not an addiction? Now, do I feel sorry for the 2/3 or the people that guys got to chastise to get them in? Yes, I do. They my brothers and sisters. That's why I'm out here talking now. Look at the little child back there being deceived. Yes, I feel sorry for him. So we're trying to show you, and if you just go through and watch, you'll see the acts, the attitudes, and the condition of the people. You're gonna tell me that ain't somebody that you trying to. They don't act like somebody that you trying to do what they call that? Intervene. You're trying to save them. You and the family get together and go by their house where they doing their drugs at, and you try to. They call it intervene. I'm sorry. My words, man. I'm so excited about this. Well, anyway, you're trying to save the person. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You go, and that's what's happening now. And the more you try to get them to go to rehab, like Dr. Phil used to do, go to rehab that day, you can't go home. More you try to get them to stop, they think you're gonna make them stop sinning that day, and they can't go back home to do that sin they had planned on doing. They get irate. They get so mad they call it furious. You get furious and fiery and be ready to kill you. You tell them they got to stop sinning that day. They can't keep doing what they doing. Can't go home and eat that pork and stuff. Okay? So that's an addict. That's an addictive person. A person that caters to their flesh. And when you try to stop them, they will have all these emotional breakdowns. Okay?
The church also claiming the scene led to dangerous traffic issues. In court, the IUIC arguing they never left public property and only spoke in scripture, which includes this.
Shit, what they're misinterpreting for hatred is passion. We see ills and we try to fix it.
One of those ills, the group says, is tithing.
Stop taking their money, bro.
It was never monetary.
Stop taking the people money. You can't rob the people no more. God didn't came to you and told you stop robbing the people. And y'all ready to break these people's heads in, man. Because they told you, because God using them, the prophets, to tell you, stop breaking these, stop treating his people like that and let his people go. Now the church is in the place of Pharaoh right now. Pharaoh. And God has he done them just like he did Esau and Pharaoh. He let them get to the height of their wickedness. And when he break them down, the harder they going to fall. Okay? So, let me go. I'm going to put this away. And we're gonna stop sharing and go back to the drawing board again and pull this up. See, because what we want to do is I want to that we kind of like explained and we understand that, and we're gonna do some more research, some more comparisons, because all addictions are the same. You get the same. When you're addicted to something, you're gonna get the same. You're gonna get the same pathologies. Whatever your addiction is, you're gonna get the same. It could be yours. Could be gambling. Mine could be alcohol. Somebody else could be drugs. Somebody else could be sex. Somebody else could be just addictive personality. You know, but you're gonna get the same kind of responses. So the fact or the condition of being a particular substance, being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or an activity. That's sin, man. That's your own lust. Similar characteristics that you can describe addiction with, because you're gonna have these characteristics follow along with any addiction. Dependency, you know that. You're gonna be dependent on whatever it is that you're craving or you're addicted to. You're gonna crave it. It's gonna be a habit. It's going to be your weakness. It's going to be your compulsion, your fixation. You ain't going to be able to get out of it. You ain't going to be able to think nothing but the way you're thinking about it, craving it. Sin, whatever your sin is, you're going to crave it, fixate on it, think about it all the time. Enslavement is going to enslave you. You're going to feel like a slave. Every time you go cop or go do what you're doing, and you trying to quit, and you ain't, once you decide, okay, this is sin, I gotta try to quit. There is some things you must do. There are some things you must do to beat that monkey and that Jones off of you. Then, we got compulsion again, and irresistible urge. Okay, that's what that word compulsion means. to behave in a certain way, especially against one's own conscious wishes. So you're going to be trying to quit and can't quit. Why? Because Paul said he compared it to a black dog and a white dog, a friend of mine. He said, which one will win, the good dog or the bad dog? You trying to quit. You desire to quit. You trying to stop. And then you got these urges. They coming at you all the time. Which one is going to win over? Going to convince you to follow it. And the one you feed the most. And so in other words, you resist. The more you resist, the more power you're going to have over your cravings. That irresistible urge, the more it hits you and the more you resist it, the stronger you're going to get. And see, that's the problem. People don't know that. You resist the devil, he'll flee from you. That's those urges. That's every time he come to you, you resist him, you're going to get stronger. That means that lust, that urge is not going to be as strong on you the more you resist it. So irresistible urge to behave in a certain way, especially against one's own conscience. So that's how you get yourself esteem, your strength back. That's how you get your resisting power back, by resisting. Okay? Okay. Let's see. What does the Bible say about addiction? You know what it says. It says, we're going to look at 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. Even Jesus was tempted. God, Yahweh, is faithful. And he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability to resist. But when the temptation, so in other words, you ain't no such thing as you can't not sin. So he said he will not let you get tempted above your ability. So in other words, it's nobody gonna come down here and put a gun on you or hit you with a shot and tell you, okay, now you got the mark of the beast, or I'm gonna make you sin. You know, if you don't kill that man, I'm gonna kill you. You know, what you gonna do? You gonna say, well, kill me because I ain't gonna kill nobody. Or if you don't smoke that dope, I'm gonna kill you. That ain't gonna count against you. You got weak and you was trying to save your life. This is talking about people. He said he will not let you be tempted above your abilities. But with every temptation, that's the trick, that's the part right here. With the temptation, he will provide the way of escape that you may be able to endure. So in other words, he said he ain't gonna put nothing on you can't resist. He didn't say you gonna pass your test all the time. That's something you gotta learn to do. He know you gonna fail. He know you gonna sin. You know. But relapse is a part of recovery. We teach that relapse is a part of recovery. What you gotta do, you gotta keep getting up, and getting back on the horse. You just can't lay down and wallow in that sin. And in these last day and time, you're gonna find that out. Addictive behavior, compulsively repeating behavior despite negative and physical and social consequences, and the cravings for effects, effects other than righteousness or pain relief. So in other words, if you craving for it for anything other than righteousness or pain relief, if you craving for any kind of drugs or something, or sin that's not affecting your rights, if you crave anything that's not going to help you be righteous or a relief of your pain, then you doing it to satisfy the pleasures of your body, of your flesh. Having love, pleasure more than God. You love the pleasure more than God. Okay? That's an addiction. That's what your addiction is all about. Addictive behavior. Compulsively repeating the behavior. Negative physical, social, consequent cravings, all right, of unrighteousness. Okay. I can take that down. I'll take that down. Sin rehab. Why sin rehab? When addiction, when addicts find out that people have successfully stopped committing sin, you know what happens, don't you? They gain hope. They're living a sin-free life is actually possible for them. More importantly, the Israelites are encouraged by the support that they receive from others that are also in recovery. So when you go to the Israelite camps and you see them brothers living, you can talk about them all you want, but they ain't living right. But when you actually go to them camps and see them brothers is living right, yeah, when you do that, that's when you're gonna get convinced. That's when you're gonna be convinced that it can be done. You're gonna be convinced that it can be done, right? All right. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna finish with this last slide here. We're gonna come back and get this next. We're gonna continue on this. So that's the reason right there. That's what's happening in the camps, and that's why we want you to come here so we can talk about it with the accountability. It won't you won't have people here to watch over you and see everything you're doing. But what you do have as an Israelite that don't have a camp to go to, if you got people to talk to, you'll be able to call. You'll be able to look at these. You'll be able to look at these charts. This keeps jumping for some reason when I'm moving. I gotta figure out what that's about. Okay, it jumped up. Yeah. So, okay. Now, why sin rehab therapy? To beat the addiction. To beat the addiction, you must have clean hands, purify your heart and mind, and submit yourself to the Most High. So this is what you're gonna be trying to accomplish as we sit and talk to people, because it's easy to do. It's easy not to sin, and you ain't grievous either, because one thing we read it in the beginning in Deuteronomy 28:1. When you get in the practice of not sinning, then them curses gonna be off of you. They're gonna be leaving you. Personally, he gonna be dealing with you like a recovering saint. Okay? A recovering child of God. He gonna deal with you like that. You ain't gonna receive so much persecution as the 2/3. When you wake up and come back to God like the prodigal son went back home, that's what you gotta do. Clean hands. You can't go around, you can't hurt nobody no more. It's a whole lot. You see them wicked Christians in the church and in your family members, they can hurt. They can lie, they hurt, they steal, they lie on you, they call the police on you, take you to court. Paul, God said you better not do none of that to each other. Take you to the heathen's court. Cause God's not had them knock on your door, you gonna take them to a heathen court? That brother, that's why his voice was trembling, because he know God's about to kick his butt. And all of these pastors. And it's so sad to see what's about to happen to these people. Okay? So we're going to end it. We're going to get back in it. gonna give it another video, man. We're gonna do another video because we don't want to tie people up an hour and 2 hours. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna download these 2 videos to you so you can get to them. We're gonna say shalom. Remember, every morning about, let's see, I'm gonna try to do it about 8 o'clock, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. Get up, have your coffee, and we'll go over these feelings here. We're gonna show you about what all this stuff means. The roll call, it has a meaning. The business has a meaning. The business part, you know, you want to think about what business you have for the day. Because to be sin-free or drug-free, you can't just be out there walking around idle, head in the air, stumbling up on drug addicts, sin, stumbling up on the sin you're trying to stay away from. You got to know where it's at. You got to plan your day. You got to avoid all this stuff. You got to only hang around people that's going to be positive and strong to you. It's the same way as addiction. It's the same thing as any other sin, any other addiction. All addictions is sin. You're going to sin. You got to sin to be addicted, right? So your feelings, we're going to find out what you're going to make sure you discipline yourself. We're going to find out what your discipline is every day and how you improving your sin-free life. You got to discipline yourself. How you feeling, because you know what? Your feelings are triggers. Your feelings are indication of your triggers. Okay? Your trigger are things that can cause you to relapse. So you got to figure out your triggers, and you can identify them basically a lot of times through your feelings. Then you got to set contracts. We're going to tell you what that is tomorrow morning. Then you got the word for the day. What's your encouragement? Self-talks. What scripture you going to use to help you get through that day without sinning? You know what your sin is. So you got to pray. You got to be strong. You got to have a reason why you said you wasn't going to sin today. Then we want chuckles. Tell any joke, man. We want to make each other happy and laugh and make each other feel good. So, again, shalom. God bless you. All you brothers and sisters is trying to come up and trying. We know you got to get right. Because if you 1/3, you got to get right. So I just want to be here to help you. Okay? I'm doing what I can do. So all you elders that can't go to an Israelite camp and ain't sure yet, we're going to sit here and talk about it and help you get sin free. So when you go to a camp in your area, you won't be full of sin. All right? God bless.